What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to another video. So I don't do budget videos on here all the time. I have two channels and a third channel that's getting kind of neglected right now. I work, I'm moving this next month, so budgeting videos I think are important, so I really do want to make them more a part of my channel, and not so much budget setup but also budget review videos, because that's really something that's important for people to understand. If you set up a budget, well, that's great because you're looking at your upcoming expenses and you're trying to travel ahead, and those are all good things. But if you're not really sitting down afterwards and going over it and figuring out where you're overspending, then it doesn't help you that much in the end. So I do think it's something important for people to understand. So there will be some budgeting videos. I just can't do them every single month just because of time. But when I can, I will. So I would really like to be self-employed. And a couple months ago, I thought that I was going to be able to get a business going. It wasn't really so much an initial investment money issue as a time issue, so that is going to be revisited sometime in the future. But I did order this book at the time, and it's been sitting on my desk pretty much collecting dust. And I was in my happy planner, and I was like, do I put my budget here or in my little finance journal or what? And I was like, why don't I use this income and expense? I mean, this really is a great little book. It's pretty large. It's not really little, but it's a great book for, this is really how budgeting should be. This is really how you should be looking at your income and expenses. I know a lot of people like budgeting sheets that have these like cute little designs on them and everything, so this is very basic, but this is really has everything that you need if you really are serious about budgeting and also reviewing your income and balancing your budget. So I already have my August stuff all set up pretty much. So the green is going to be for personal expenses. The red is just a couple of pages in the back for specific projects. I'm kind of going to be categorizing stuff instead of putting each little thing, so I really just need a couple of pages there. This was going to be for business. I will probably take that out and make all of this pretty much my personal budgeting. I might as well get a second one that's separate for business, but we'll see. So let me just explain what I've got set up here. The numbers are kind of neither here nor there, because this isn't going over every single individual transaction. So that's why, as you can see, the date I've put along here is for September 1st. So September 1st, or sometime close to September 1st, I will sit down and actually go through what I spent and see how close I was. I haven't decided what I want to do with the total line. I will probably just be using black ink for categories where I was within budget and red ink for categories where I was not in budget. So this first line, I just have total August income. Direct deposit and cash is how I get paid. I will go through and I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me, but I will check all these for expense versus income. And I'm going to leave this blank, and I will fill that out on September 1st. So what I'm going to do right now is just go through and put the amounts that I will be budgeting for each cat. I know it says account, but I'm going to put the amount, not the account. So just be putting because to me, all that, I track my expenses from day to day digitally. So I really don't need to track, did I pay cash for this? Did I pay credit card? All that kind of stuff. So I will basically be putting the amount that I'm budgeting for each category in this aisle. Obviously, these are just to separate income for expenses. And then when I actually review my budget at the end of the month, that is what the total line is for. And down here in these last few rows, I will have some type of like final tally. How much I budgeted versus how much I actually spent. So for fuel. Gas has been going up. Normally, I budget about $160 for fuel, but 3 days a week I was delivery driving, but I will be leaving that job, but I don't know what's replacing it, so I don't know, if I'll be spending the same amount on fuel, so I'm just going to give myself a little bit of more leeway on that, and we're just going to put 220 for the whole month. Generally, I can keep it under 160, but I'm moving and I'm probably gonna go back and forth to that location, and it's like an hour away, so 220 should be good. For groceries, I am wanting to eat at home more. I know every time I do a budgeting video, I say that. I do want to eat at home more, but I'm not going to do a whole lot of meals with me moving and everything. This is probably going to be more of a frozen dinners type of month, unfortunately. So let's budget $250 for the month for groceries. And let's try to stay under $150 for eating out. Rent. Okay, so I pay $400 a month for rent. There's also a kind of a lump sum I need to give my old landlord, so we're actually going to put $600. It's kind of confusing, but basically I got a little bit behind on my rent where I'm currently renting, and I need to be caught up on that before I move. And I believe an additional $200 should be enough for me to do that and move where I need to go. For moving expenses, I have a couple of friends who own trucks who have offered to help me move. And I've offered them $200. I don't have a whole lot of stuff, so keep in mind, like, this is really just several boxes, a desk, my computer. That's pretty much it. Most of the boxes are not even going to be that heavy. So that's actually, so, you know, don't feel like I'm being cheap. Like, I'm not even taking a dresser and a bookcase and a bookshelf and, you know, all this other stuff. Like, it's not a whole lot. For car insurance, that is $160 a month. I want to say it's $160 and some change, but $160. Car maintenance. Currently, I am due for an oil change, but I have enough points for a free one, and then I need a tire replaced. I will probably have that done by the time I move, or by August. So let's set aside $150 for car maintenance, and hopefully nothing major will happen. It's just, the problem with car maintenance is you never know what you're gonna get hit with. So who knows? We'll see. Personal care. I usually give myself about $30. So personal care, you know, shampoo, conditioner, soap, deodorant, skincare, stuff like that. There's really nothing major I need to replace right now, so $30 should be plenty for August. Medical is always tough. I have been wanting to get to the eye doctor. There's some other things I want to do. I probably will not do that till next month. But I'm going to set aside $100, which is enough for a doctor visit if I feel I need to go. But I probably will not do anything major until September or October. Amazon Prime is $12.99. I know I'm just rounding up. Gym, $24. The storage may change. As looking at this list right now, the storage is one of the few things I'm unsure about, because I will be changing storage units because I'm moving and it is renting a room, so I probably still will need a storage unit. So we'll see what happens with that situation. I don't think I need any clothes right now. I may need some more if I start a new job. Let's say $75, but that's just because when clothes versus shopping is just stuff I want, but clothes is for anything I really need. And since I don't know what my new job is going to be, I may, you know, start a job and unexpectedly need to go buy some clothes. So let me give myself $75 there. I want to give myself like $25 for shopping. This should really be a $0 shopping month, to be honest, because I'm moving, I'm trying to catch up on several things from being sick and going on vacation and missing work there, and there's going to be this awkward point between my last paycheck at my other jobs and my first paycheck at my next one, so shopping really should not be much of a priority. The pets went to the vet the end of June, so they should be good for a while. So we're pretty much just looking at cat food and litter. Give myself 40 bucks there. Investments, do an automatic deposit of $30. Starting in, I believe, November, that will be changing to $45 a month. Debt payments, I've got this whole thing written down. It's just under 300, I think. So we're just going to put 300 and that should be good. For savings, oh boy, I would like to put, several $100s in savings. But since there's just a lot up in the air right now, and I've got a lot going on, and I'm playing catch up on some things, we're just going to do 200. Phone bills, about 56. Entertainment, I'll put 25 like I did with shopping, but really, this really is a month where I don't need to put anything towards just go do fun stuff right now. I've really got to catch up on some things. So yeah, I'm going to leave these 3 spaces blank in case I forget anything. And here I'm just going to put monthly totals. So this will be for the grand total of what I budgeted, and this will be for the grand total of what I actually ended up spending. So that is how I will be using this ledger book for my monthly budget. So if I do a budget again, this is probably what you will see. I may change a few things about how I do the layout. I may add some highlighter or some decoration or whatever, but you know, the whole point is to just really get into the nitty-gritty and make sure you're paying attention to what you're spending. I may change how I categorize things, you know. So for example, one thing I like to do is to separate fixed expenses versus variable expenses. So I may, you know, put my fixed expenses at the top and then the variable at the bottom. I may use highlighter just to kind of separate each row a little bit more clearly. Those kinds of things. But for right now, that's all I've got for this video. So that is my August budget. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you when I do my August budget review.